Hi, I'm Nicole Nageli, and this thick boy is my anti-sketchbook. I'm going to give some background on why I made this sketchbook and my mindset doing it, but if you want to just skip to the tour itself, there'll be a timestamp down below. For so long, I've always held CalArts sketchbooks as the standard of sketchbooks and of art, as I'm sure many of us do. This year, I got finally sick of constantly learning and trying to improve my art and never being good enough to start on my personal projects. So, with the craziness of this year, I finally decided, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. I'm going to stop learning how to draw, and I'm going to focus on less productive art things like making earrings and just living my life in general. I used to have two separate notebooks, one for quotes and words and stories, and the other one was just my sketchbook for art. So I wanted to see what would happen if I combined the two. Since I'm combining two sketchbooks into one, I decided that I wanted to try and extend the life of the sketchbook however I can, like by putting papers in it. To add to the anti-sketchbookness, I also started this book upside down and backwards. So when I was in my first serious art class, the teacher was good. I'm sure they had good intentions, but they saw me drawing and they were like, "Why are you drawing stars everywhere? Stop drawing stars. You can't keep them everywhere." So from that day on, bam, 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 I slap stars on everything. I wanted to actively try and go against the advice I was given on what art was supposed to be. I started this sketchbook in September of this year and ended it in December. So, at this point, this is when I first started to write my film Deep Sea, so there's some rough boards in here. As you can see already, there's a lot of writing. Because that's another thing I was told, that the only writing you should do in your sketchbooks are like little notes or like comics or something. And I think that's stupid. Sketchbooks should be whatever you want them to be. And then, yeah, so much writing, like so many story ideas. Here's some more earring designs that I was doing. I wrote, "I am defined by the colors that surround me," but then later, after I finished the sketchbook, I went back and said, "or the ones that you create yourself." It's an extension, not a definition. And that's how I feel about this sketchbook compared to all the sketchbooks I've done in the past. Contours. I think this is when I started to wrap up Deep Sea. Yep, this is when I finished Deep Sea. There's the shot list. There's some quotes from books I really love. This is when the leaves started changing color. Oh my god, this is, my little brother and I made a film in 3 hours, and this is where we wrote the concepts for the film, and some things from the set of the film. There's Petunia. I think at this point I started to draw again, not to improve, but just for fun. This is when I started getting obsessed with Luce from the Owl House. This is like my scrap page where I splatter paint or whatever. Like, I use Posca pens to make my earrings, so whatever leaks onto here gets on here, and it just looks very cool. These are thumbnails from my class with Mike Rayanda. He did a free storyboarding class, which is insane. He's such a fantastic teacher. This is a real peacock feather. We've had this in my house for, oh my god, so long, since I was like a kid. So I decided to put it in its home here in the sketchbook. And this is the pinnacle of all art. Look at this, baby. It's a sketchbook in a sketchbook. And there's a pencil holder thing that I made out of a chopstick holder. And this sketchbook I used for like drawing warm-ups and stuff like that. I love this idea. This I was supposed to draw like the interior of our house and like cut this out later. I never did. This is when I started getting into like eye makeup and stuff like that. Some more story thumbnails from Mike's class. Some llamas. At this point, I started learning from this book called The Natural Way to Draw, so I've been working on that. This is when I started doing Dana Terrace studies, because she's incredible. So basically, I drew her, I deconstructed it, and then I took a reference picture in the same pose and tried to do what she does. Here's some of hers. I traced these. I heard she has an art book, and I'm trying to find it. Some story concepts that may or may not happen in the future. Some more blind contours, and fun fact, I love the UGG. That day I was just not feeling it. Fun fact, these construction paper are scraps from our film. My little brother and I, we made a film called, what the heck was the name? And these are some story concepts that may or may not happen in the future. Oh my god, everything's falling apart. Please stop falling apart. Okay, thank you. No. Oh, I finally started to learn how to draw hands. And just some glued up stuff. There's a little squid dude. Oh my gosh, I love how sensory this sketchbook is. Like, there's so much stuff to feel and like lift up, like flaps and stuff. I love that. Some Amity. I haven't done fan art since, I haven't done like serious fan art since I was like 12 and really into Sherlock. Yeah, I was one of those kids. Memorizing bubble wrap. And then this is like a drawing of how the sketchbook started, how big it started to get, and then now it's huge. It doesn't even lay flat. Some more Amity drawings. Some more fan art from comics I like. I decided I might apply to Pixar just for the heck of it, because why not? We only live once. It'll make you better anyway. This is a blind contour of my room. You can see how messy it is. Quotes, some girls. And then this is when I started getting really into freehanding circles. No, not because of Owl House. Why would you suggest such a thing? More circles. It's actually getting better. It took me a while, but it's slowly getting better. I was cleaning my room and the light was just shining through, so it was very nice. Some more concepts and blind contours. And for this, I asked for music recommendations on my Instagram, and I still am slowly going through this list. I love hearing about people's music. Some more blind contours and figure drawings. And, oh my god, I can't believe it, we're at the end. Whoop. I spent 94 days on this baby, and it is my favorite sketchbook in the world. And originally, I was just gonna write the I learned page this much, but I had to add on to the list. So, yeah, this sketchbook was insane. And this, I have a bunch of spare scratch art things, so I slapped that on the cover, and throughout the time that I was using the sketchbook, it just got so messed up from being thrown everywhere. And this is what it looks like now. How cool is that? Like, let's get a side view. Look, so thick, look at this. One of the quotes that I really resonated with from Big Magic is, "I am who I am because of what I have made and what it has made me into." And that's how I feel about this sketchbook, because I was so used, in the past, I was so used to doing stuff so the sketchbook would look nice. But this sketchbook helped me. I always knew that art could be like therapeutic, but this genuinely, I learned so much from doing this sketchbook that helped me grow as a person, not only my art. And that's something that I've never experienced before. One of the things that I learned is that you can always get better at technical art whenever you want to. That's just a matter of hard work and effort. But there are things that no one can teach or take away from you. And that's why you draw the things that you draw and how it makes you feel. That, I feel, is the most important skill to have as an artist. Obviously, this is a very personalized experience, and that's the point. This book is a true reflection of who I am at this particular moment in time. So I want to challenge you to make an anti-sketchbook. Do all the things that you were told not to do. Tear it up. Use markers that bleed through the page. Write fan fiction for all I care. There are truly no rules. Failing is just falling upwards. Art is for life, not the other way around. I am who I am because of what I've made and what it has made me into. My name is Nicole Nageli. I'm an actor, author, and artist. Sometimes I make these YouTube videos. Most of the time, I'm working on my personal films and projects. If you like the video, you can like, comment, subscribe, or do none of those things. There are no rules. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye.